Hello everybody, my name is Mathis and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. We're due for Blue Baby, which is interesting because I have not played a Blue Baby run in goddamn forever. Here's your seed if you want to tag along. Blue Baby's interesting because he starts with some higher stats, some higher base stats, not terribly much higher, but it's a great start, but he only has Spirit Hearts. He can't get health upgrades. All health upgrades are turned into Spirit Hearts, which I guess is better than the Keeper of the Lost, but in general, he's just not that powerful. He used to be the Vanilla's version of the Lost. There was no Lost in Vanilla Isaac. There was no character that could only take one hit. If you wanted to play a hard mode, before there was an actual hard mode like we play now, you played as the Lost. That's it. I mean, you played as Blue Baby. That's it. That's all you could get. And there was, for a long time, oh man, that's really good. For a long time, I dreaded playing Blue Baby, but you learn to appreciate his finer qualities. Much like when you meet me, you learn to appreciate my finer qualities, like my one shirt that everybody seems to obsess over, which is part of the branding, if I may or may not add. Either way, it's cool to play Blue Baby. I haven't played Blue Baby in a while, and it's one of the fun parts of doing this rotation thing that I've been doing, and playing some Isaac that way. So, there hasn't been Isaac in a while, and there's a reason for that, in case you're curious. I have been gone. I was at Gen Con in Indianapolis. Now, Gen Con is I'm gonna leave that battery for now, in case we maybe get a better spacebar item on this floor. Gen Con, as I was saying, is basically the PAX of board games. It's in Indianapolis. It's huge. There were 70,000 people there this year, which I did not expect. I did not think it was going to be that popular. But it was very, very popular. And there are just board games. There's board games freaking everywhere. It's everywhere you turn, somebody's like, hey, come check out my board game, or come check out my board game. There was an entire hall in the convention center, and it was huge, dedicated strictly to Paizo. And Paizo, they make their own like D20, D&D system. Basically, it's what replaced D&D when 4th edition came out, because 4th edition was so bad, and if you think I'm wrong, then you're about as dumb as the people who enjoyed 4th edition. But it was a whole hall, and it was huge. On top of just like the normal show floor that you would go to for any convention and play video games or whatever. It was nuts, and I freaking loved it. And I almost bought a board game. The problem with board games is that they're very, very expensive, and board games are like currently kind of like my kryptonite. Like back when I was growing up, and I mean, I understand I'm coming from a place of privilege, much like my parents did when they were millionaires, given only a small loan of $1 million. I'm coming from a place of privilege when I say, you know, my kryptonite is not video games anymore. But there was a point in time when I was young and a teenager where kryptonite was video games. I would buy and spend ridiculous amounts of money on video games, even if I didn't have the money to do so, foregoing responsibilities like an idiot. Don't do that, by the way. It's a dumb thing to do. Board games have become that for me. However, I'm also a 30-year-old man who has a bit more fiscal responsibility than maybe 18 or 16 or 17-year-old me did. So it was really difficult for me to just not buy all the board games that I wanted. There were some pretty cool looking board games there. One in particular, if you're a big old board game strategy fan, was a new Star Trek game called Star Trek Ascendancy, which has you taking the role of the Romulans, the Klingons, or the Federation, and exploring worlds, and it's hard to explain. Exploring worlds and checking out planets, and it's a strategy game. It's almost like the map is built as you play, so the more you explore and find these planets, you kind of connect them to these faster than light speed, like to hyper jump. I don't want to call them alleyways, but these hyperlane highways might be better. And as you explore as the Klingons, you can like find a civilization on a planet, and what you could do is dominate that civilization on that planet and get yourself some points or some power, and you're basically building up these armies that'll eventually kind of clash. Now this is kind of a shitty way of explaining how the game works proper, but it's one of the easiest ways for me to describe it. And it was really cool. I really wanted to get that. Also, Mansions of Madness is a game I've been really wanting, and Fantasy Flight in particular is one of my favorite board game companies, mainly because they produce some of the most complicated and interesting board games out there right now, even if they're a little bit overly complicated with the way they have their card system. Fantasy Flight is obsessed with the card system. One of my favorite new games that I've only gotten to play once so far. unfortunately, is the Star Wars Rebellion game, which is a 2-player strategy game, but can be played as 4-player with 2 teams of 2. But there's like 9 different decks of cards involved. That was terrible damage. 9 different decks of cards involved in that particular game. And a lot of Fantasy Flight games have a lot of different cards and decks of cards to kind of represent rules and randomization and all these other things, because it's not really a much more elegant way to do it. And another thing they're kind of notorious for is poorly described rules. But once you understand how their games work, they're freaking genius. They're really, really, really good. And Fantasy Flight had a very big presence there at Gen Con, which is not very surprising. And I really wanted to go into their booth and pick up some games. But, you know, Star Trek Ascendancy, not being a Fantasy Flight game, just a game I wanted, was $110. It's the same price online as well. Whoop. I think we're going to re-roll this. The extra Spirit Heart could be good. That's not ideal. Like, that's really good. Holy Mantle is excellent. I'm glad we went hard there. But anyway, it was great. Gen Con was fantastic. And I really enjoyed Gen Con and my time there. However, and Indianapolis is a really fucking boring city. If you live in Indianapolis, man, you just, like, what do you do every day? Like, that's my question to you. What in God's name do you do every damn day as a member of Indianapolis? I guess, or just the American Midwest. Because the American Midwest, from my understanding, is boring as all hell. And if Indianapolis is anything to go off of, you ain't wrong. It's very, very boring. My first impression, and I think I tweeted it when I landed, twitter.com/MathesGames, is, man, that state was really flat. There's just like, you flying over it, and I'm just like looking out the plane window, and I'm like, damn, there's just no hills or anything. It's just flat land everywhere. Nothing wrong with that. You know, everybody, you know, you like flatness, you like flatness, whatever it is, it's your thing. But it was really boring to look at. Really boring to look at. And Indianapolis, oh, health down is terrible right now. That's all right. We will manage. Indianapolis itself, it's interesting because Indianapolis is like my ideal city, but it doesn't have any of like the cool architecture or history or just, I guess, placement, which is a really weird way to say it, of something like Seattle. Indianapolis reminded me of an even more boring version of Seattle. And I love Seattle because Seattle just isn't a very exciting city. It's a city that looks like a city, but has like the temperament of a suburb. And that's kind of my ideal place to live or just be. Indianapolis is like that, but even more boring. It just was super, super, super boring. I wish I could take Little Brim. I just cannot. We're gonna have to leave this for now. Maybe it'll be open when we come back. But that's fine. If we can't get Little Brim, it's not the worst thing. We did get the screw, by the way, which is great. I was hoping we were gonna get ourselves a little bit more here. I am gonna see if I can get, oh no, I have no bombs. I lied. So we're just gonna get off this floor, I guess. Basement 2 is all right. It served us decently, and we're just gonna move on. I'm a little bit scared, but we should be fine. Okay, down to the next floor. We'll talk a little bit about this run and get off my Indianapolis. I guess the final point of Indianapolis is, like, for me, who's an old man at heart, I would excuse me? I have Holy Mantle? Did that not... wait, I should know that. Judgment. Right? Like, Holy Mantle does not... I'm just going to full card out because I don't want to risk it. Holy Mantle doesn't tick unless I go into, like, a room beforehand, which is really, really dumb. Which is fine, I guess. Okay, come on. There we go. Let's talk about the run here. Anyway, yeah, the final point I wanted to make about Indianapolis before I say it is that for an old man like me, I would love to live there because there's just not a lot going on. It's not a very busy city. It's not a very exciting city. It's very quiet. And that makes me a happy dude on the inside. I like quiet, boring places. Small Rock is great. However, I think I would choose something like Seattle, where even though it's boring and quiet, it's still a little bit more interesting in terms of like the mountains in the background. It's just a gorgeous place in general, in my opinion. I really adore Seattle. It's one of my favorite cities I've visited in the U.S. Anyway, let's talk about Blue Baby Run we've got going on so far. So we're on an XL floor. We have kind of a shitty situation health-wise. However, to mitigate that, we have Holy Mantle. Things are going well. Like, our damage is good. Our tier stat is good. Getting Small Rock just then was really, really nice. We have the Poop, which hasn't really paid out for us all that much. But we also have Sackboy, which in and of itself is kind of a quiet game winner a lot of the time. He's like that designated hitter, I guess, in baseball, or just like a pinch runner or something. You know, he's not exactly the most famous guy on the team, but he'll run you in a few points and possibly win you a game every once in a while. That's what I feel like with Sackboy, man. Sackboy like really does solve a lot of your consumable woes early in the game, or rather, especially if you get it early in the game. And if you can make it work, you know, you're going to be looking at a quite nice, let's go ahead and do this, situation later on in the game, especially if you get to the chest and you have a lot of chests. Maybe you'll get a Yara rune, and you'll be able to Yara and get a lot of good shit, if I'm being quite frank. You're allowed to be Susie if you want. So, yeah, I'm down with it, man. I'm down with Sackboy. It's why I pushed so hard to get it, because I think Sackboy is quite a good item and well worth an investment of resources to pick up, especially with ourselves being Blue Baby and all, and Blue Baby being a relatively dangerous character to be playing as when you're only operating off of Spirit Hearts, which is fine. You know, it feels good to be playing Isaac on a keyboard and mouse again. During some of my downtime, I was playing Isaac on a 3DS, and I love it. You know, Isaac is great. It's one of my favorite games ever. It's just a blast of a game to play, as I'm sure you know, almost 300 episodes in so far on Afterbirth and close to the same on Rebirth, and having put a good chunk of hours into Vanilla, I'm a big fan of Isaac, as I'm sure a lot of people are. Much like a lot of people are a fan of sex, you know? Sex is great. You don't brag about it. You just kind of have sex for lots of hours during the day, and there you go. Isaac is basically sex, is what I'm saying. Ooh, what do we got here? Really? All 2 of hearts? That's dumb. I don't remember where I was going with that particular point, but there was a point, and now that point is out of my head because of all the 2 of hearts cards. Basically, all the 2 of hearts cards confused my little brain, and I didn't know what to do with it all. Good. That is, you know what? I was gonna say that is awful, but it's probably better than the poop, because I can at least use it to break rocks every so often, which in and of itself is nice. However, Diplopia is gonna be the item I take here, because it's gonna give me the ability to, I should have kept 2 of diamonds. Diplopia is gonna give me the ability to replicate some deals with the devil, or possibly even take every boss rush item if we can get to boss rush and we just deem it worth doing. So it's good stuff. I don't like this at all. Like, I feel like I'm about to get a little dingle in my D-hole, and I don't really like it. I don't know where your D-hole is either. If you know where your D-hole is, I mean, is it my dick hole? Is that what I meant? Like, is a dingle in my D-hole my dick hole? I feel like it might be. Rotten Baby. Yeah, absolutely. And sure, we get Petrified Poop now, which is a bit of a shame, because we're not going to be taking the poop in it with us anymore, which is the right call. We should not be second guessing that. But at the same time, if we had it earlier, maybe we could have made use of it. What can I say? Oh well, nothing you can do. I'm just going to move on and keep playing Isaac. But I was playing, right, that's my point. I remember my point now. I was playing Isaac on the 3DS, and like I said, I love Isaac. It's a great game. I play it all the goddamn time. However, holy shit, it runs like ass on the 3DS, and I feel like last time I talked about playing Isaac on the 3DS, which was probably like my last trip, I said the same thing. But straight up, Isaac on the 3DS runs like poo. Like, once you get like a couple of synergies going, not even crazing synergies, and this is even without Afterbirth. There is no Afterbirths on the 3DS. But once you start getting some synergies, the game just doesn't know what to do, man. Too many things on the screen, it starts chugging. Also controlling it with like stuttering and delays going on is one of the worst things in the world for dodging. I had like a 1 run going, like very, very powerful run, and I think I lost. I can't remember if I won or lost, but if I won, it was closer to losing than it should have been. Only because like the controls prevented me from doing a lot of dodging, which was awful. And it was just not a good situation, man. The 3DS version of Isaac is still a good game, and if it's your only way to play Isaac, I understand. It's still worth playing, but if you have the choice to play it on console or to play it on PC, fucking man, play it on PC. Like, you know, it's like, man, would you like to get a hot BJ from the person of your dreams, or would you like to give yourself a handy? Both accomplish the same end goal, right? You're gonna get off at the end, and it's gonna feel pretty dang good one way or another, but one is gonna feel a lot better and more satisfying in the end than the other. And that's how I feel about 3DS. version of Isaac. The 3DS version of Isaac is getting a handy, while the PC version is either getting laid or getting a great BJ or something. I don't know. I haven't played the console versions, so I can't really say, like, maybe the console version's like getting a blowjob, and maybe like the PC version's like getting laid. Like, it's possible. These are the way things work in the world. I don't know. I'm assuming the console versions run fine. I can't imagine they don't. But who knows? Maybe like the port is still terrible. I mean, it's not the first time a port would be bad. And it would be nice if the console port was a poor version of a PC port. But at the same time, I don't think it's that big. I don't think it's going to be that way. If that makes any sense. I think that the console version probably runs as well as the PC version. Is Afterbirth out on consoles? I think it is, right? Like, Afterbirth is definitely out on consoles. It must be. I can imagine, if it's not, it's got to be on the way. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I know at the very least, like, dealing with consoles and having to get things approved through the weird process that consoles have to approve things by via Microsoft or Sony is like a pain in the ass. God knows I know to get it on the Wii and the 3DS was a chore for Team Nicholas and crew. And they did it, though. They did it. And I don't know, are they getting it on the iOS too? I remember maybe a tweet or something that they were having a hard time getting it approved through Apple systems because, you know, Apple's like, it has children violence in the game. But, like, so do a lot of games on the iOS that are already approved, and the iOS or Apple's not exactly the most, well, let's just say, like, some of the games they've approved, straight up Mario ripoffs and whatnot, are allowed on, but, like, Isaac is not. Maybe it's finally been approved. I don't know. I don't even know what's happening with my life anymore, to be honest with you. This run's going really well. I don't know if you can tell by me not really talking about it because it's just not, you know, what do you want? I got Holy Mantle. I've got a lot of Spirit Hearts, so if we got to deal with the devil or something, that would be awesome. I'll gladly take it. Right now, we're just kind of looking for the item room. If we can get to the item room, we'd be in good shape. I'd like to get into the item room before we go fight our boss. It's XL? Oh, are you serious? Another XL floor? That's why I can't find my item room. We're going to lose out on a deal with the angel or devil like we did already once, which kind of sucks. At the same time, we might still be able to get to boss rush and use Diplopia on boss rush, which might even be like the best case scenario. If I can Diplopia boss rush and teleport though, I think that might be better. We're going to do this. Hanged Man, we're going to pop this. That's great. I'm looking for a teleport card, though. Magician's not a teleport card. I'd rather have the Sun. Well, that ended up paying out for us. But I was hoping to grab a teleport card over there so I could maybe bum rush. Okay. Well, we didn't take damage because we have Holy Mantle. But bum rush, boss rush, and get through it quickly would have been my preferred way of going. But it's not over yet. We might still be able to get it. I've been in the shop, but I don't know if there were cards to buy there. And if there were, if I knew it was an XL floor, I would have ended up buying one. I don't think I knew at that time. That or I was just not paying very much attention, which is kind of my life in general, just not paying a lot of attention, and then people get mad at me for it. Which is, I mean, if you look at the RimWorld series, that happens a lot. Not that I don't pay attention to listen, RimWorld is one of those games that requires a lot of patience and practice. I have one, maybe not necessarily the other. So, you know, deal with it, man. I'm working on it, all right? I knew I was going to take damage there once I saw how the spiders basically were flying Delta formation in my general direction, clearly having been trained by the U.S. Navy, causing me more issues than I wanted. They closed in on me faster than I expected, much like my crushing student debt and taxes every year. But much like those as well, I'll just cry and eventually they'll go away. I'm pretty sure that's how it works anyway. That's been the tactic I take with my bills. Just cry and maybe they won't ask you for their money. Also, don't take financial advice from me because that's a terrible decision as well. You know what would be great? Crown of Light. If we get Crown of Light on the Blue Baby run, man, I would be the happiest guy. So feel free to give me Crown of Light and make me the happiest man in existence. I'd be alright with it. 1001% would be awesome. I would like 1001% before Afterbirth Plus hits. And I feel like that's an attainable goal. And then I can fight back against the establishment and corrupt governments, hell yes, I'll absolutely take Cricket's body. To make that, I didn't, well, we have golden keys anyway. So that was a mistake that was worth making. But, you know, feel the burn. I was going to make some sort of political joke, but then I realized, you know, I want to hit all of them. Listen, I'm not making, I already feel like I'm digging my own grave. I wasn't trying to make any political association. I was going to really, like, feel the burn. I'm with her. Trump madness. Like, what is, like, Trump, like, what is Trump's, let's see if, like, make America great again, build a wall. Jesus is great. I don't know. I'm working on it, man. I was going to say something along those lines. Then it, like, all their slogans slipped my mind except for feel the burn for some reason. And I realized I dug myself quite the hole. Whoops. My bad, yo. Hey, Spirit Hearts. Great. Okay. Mom fight. We have 30 seconds. Hopefully we can make this work. I feel like we might be able to. If we get a deal with the angel, I'm going to be nervous because I would like to... No, I don't have a D6. I can't reroll, so it doesn't really matter. I think we're going to be fine. Really? We did get a deal with the angel. Crown of Light, Crown of Light, Crown of Light, Crown of Light. Not going to get Crown of Light. We'll take a look at Boss Rush. We'll see if it's worth it. It's the farthest thing from worth it. I guess what we could have done is bombed the angel statue, taken the key piece, diplopia'd the pedestal, and gotten an angel item that way. But I feel like that's kind of like... That's like a pretty hardcore stretch to make that a thing. And maybe that would have been it. Like, if this is, like... listen. No trolling me, homie G's. Jenny from the block. If you are playing the seed and you got Crown of Light from doing exactly what I just said, I want a screenshot of you with Crown of Light in that angel room with the seed also showing. All right? I need to cross-check your references. None of that shit. Okay? I don't need to be lied to. I lie to myself every day when I look in the mirror. I don't need you to lie to me any more than I already am because I just, you know, I'm a beautiful man, and as long as I tell myself that every day, I'll believe it. I don't live a sad life. You live a sad life, all right? God damn it. But seriously, I'd love to know if I end up fucking myself a little bit there. It's very possible. Muy possible. I'm pretty sure that means very possible in French. All right. What do we need at this point? I feel like we've kind of got ourselves the run we want and or need to win. I feel like this is going to be another win. It's like a solid win, too, which is kind of one of my favorite ways to win. You know, not super overpowered, but powerful enough and playing pretty well to kind of earn that spot. Earn that right. Earn the earn, baby. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby. You know what? I have Holy Mantle. Why not? Why not use the environment to get myself a much-deserved murder on Dragon Slayer Doppelganger? Why not? Also, teespring.com/Mathis. Right now, get yourself a Fuck Mathis shirt. Can't wear it in public. Your parents will probably hate you. Well, I mean, depending on where you live. Like, if you live in the U.S., you can wear it in public. But apparently, is this true? I got somebody tweet at me, said they cannot wear the Fuck Mathis shirt because they live in Australia, and that's like against the law or something. Like they'll get in trouble. Like, is that Australians? Like, do you truly live in an upside down world, much like we initially believed? All those upside down memes, you know, that you know, you live in a world the opposite of our own. Like, will the government like throw your ass in jail for like 30 years if you wear a Fuck Mathis shirt? Because if you do get thrown in jail for wearing a Fuck Mathis shirt, you will, without a doubt, be my #1 fan. Nobody could ever argue that. If you live in Australia and you buy a Fuck Mathis shirt and you take a photo of you in jail, and the reasoning is you're wearing a Fuck Mathis shirt and you're able to prove that somehow, I'm not going to bail your ass out. Look, I don't care. I don't know you. I don't really have that kind of money to get to Australia and bail you out. However, you will still be my #1 fan, and you will get a tweet saying this guy is my #1 fan, which is a great deal. If I do say so myself, I think it's a great deal. I would do that because that's just awesome, man. That's just. I mean, I would go to prison for Fuck Mathis shirt. Teespring.com/Mathis for your Fuck Mathis shirt right now. Go ahead and do it. Prove to me that you are my own #1 fan. I know I'm my own worst enemy. Okay. Fuck this room. This room. Are you serious with this shit? What? I didn't, when I said I would like, you know, fuck Mathis, I didn't actually mean like fuck me in the boss fight. It's like, please and thank you. That's not what I need right now. One down. Look, if I get through this fight. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, if I get through this fight only getting hit once. Listen, I deserve. Okay, I got hit 3 times because I thought I still had my shield on. I didn't. 3 times, I still accept that. That's still, in my opinion, acceptable. This is not Diplopia worthy, so I'm gonna take Dark Matter and just leave with Dark Matter. Go down to the next floor. Also, don't go to jail because of my shirt. I would feel, you would be my #1 fan. I would also feel really guilty. Because you did that to prove your fandom. And all you're really getting is a tweet from somebody who's not even verified on Twitter. Like, I don't even have that blue check mark. So, is what I say really worth shit? To be honest? I'll answer your question. No? No, it's not. My opinion, listen, even if I get that blue check mark, my opinion means nothing. But you should not assume my opinion means anything in general. Like, don't ever value my opinion more than just entertainment value. That's like saying Ryan, aka Northern Line, is a goddamn lyrical rap god. Because he's not. He's not. Listen, I'm gonna break the 4th wall. Is that the 4th wall? Whatever. I'm breaking a wall. Ryan is an incredible improviser for jingles and hilarity, but Ryan, if you're listening, or Kate, if you're listening and Ryan's in the room and you guys are falling asleep to the dulcet tones of my voice, which is totally understandable. I have quite the, I don't know, relaxing voice. Ryan, my man, my dog, my friend. Mostly my friend. You would not make it as a rapper. And I think you know that. I don't think Ryan's sitting there going, oh, what? How dare he? How dare he tell me, the rap god, Twitch chat tells me so it must be true. How dare he tell me, the one and only rap god, fuck. Do we take 9 lives? We can't. We can't take 9 lives. Because I think as Blue Baby, it brings me down to 1 spirit heart. Most of the time, if you only have spirit hearts, it's going to give you a red heart, but as Blue Baby, I think it just brings you down to 1 spirit heart. Anyway, how dare he tell me I am not truly the one true rap god, even above Kanye, who is the true rap demigod? Unless you talk to Dan Giesling, where, like, I'm pretty sure Dan Giesling, if he had the opportunity and his wife wouldn't be mad about it, and he may or may, you know, he wasn't married and didn't have a kid. If Kanye was like, Dan Giesling, suck my gigantic wang, Dan would be like, yes, my lord, and bend down and like try to, and as he was sucking on, you know, Kanye's wang, he'd be trying to say the words rap god the whole time, but like rap god, you know, Kanye West. I'm just saying. Have you ever seen Dan Giesling's Twitter? It's memes and Kanye worship. Like, that's it. Hashtag Kanye dick sucker. The truest of the true Kanye dick sucks. Dick suck. Only $12.99 at your local Kanye convenience store. What do we got? Judgment. I don't have the time for you, Judgment. Though I probably could have played you just fine. Alright, let's get through this fight. Things are still going well, even after picking up Fear Shot, like, and giving up 3 Spirit Hearts. Things are going fine. Honestly, a lot of it's Cricket's body doing work. Work. Another song that I don't really know. I don't even know. Was it Rihanna that sings it? Like, I don't fucking know. I don't know, man. But that song, I don't understand why it's so popular. She's just saying work. And to be honest, that's not really, you know, those aren't lyrics to be proud of. Which one's the song where she's like, I'll do the work when you get home. Basically, she's like, listen, I know you work late nights. Just let me fuck you at night. Like, that's the song, right? She's basically like, I'll be the boss. You be the boss at home. I'll do all the work or something. She's like, yeah, listen, I know you go to work and you make money for me, and maybe they have a kid. I don't know. I've heard the song like 3 times. Maybe more than that. I just forget. But she's like, but listen, I got needs, boy. Let me just fuck you when you get home, all right? Let me just bang you, and I'll do all the work. Like, I'll just lie there. I'll climb on top. I'll take care of business. And that's fine. Like, everybody wants to take care of business every once in a while. And, you know, I respect her for chasing her needs or her dreams, whatever you want to call it. Dark dreams never die, or dark dreams dark. What's that D4 game? I can't even remember. That's another game I need to play. It's a Suda51 game. Suda51 makes some fucking crazy ass shit. And if you are subbed to youtube.com/JudgeMathisGames, which you should be, you'll be seeing a Suda51 game up there at some point in the near and or distant future. You know what? I wish you had paid out, but you didn't. And I can't be, okay, bad damage. I can't be too mad about it, but I'm hoping maybe if I get some more money, which is possible, I'll be able to get you to pay out. I am a little concerned that we're going to end up fucking this run, and I hope we don't. Excuse me, you are feared. You're not supposed to be shooting at me. Alright, I just want you to die. Greed, you've got to go, homie. Alright, well, I'm very nervous. This room, every time and I swear this room shows up at least once every run. Maybe once every 2 runs. This room gives me fucking heart attacks every goddamn time. God, I'm so mad about that because I wanted to clear this. Alright, you can't do anything. You have to stay scared forever. And the great thing about you, sir, is you're going to drop a Spirit Heart, and that makes me feel better about the 1 hit I took in this room. The Chariot, you know, I'll take that. It's like a good panic moment, like we need help. Maybe we need to go invincible here. But the longer we can get through this fight without burning our Holy Mantle charge, the better. Phase 2 is great. When are we going to get our Cricket transformation? We got Cricket's head and Cricket's body. Give me some more Cricket items. And an Afterbirth Plus, give me a Cricket transformation. I don't know what it would be. I assume like a massive damage up since all Cricket items are fucking good. Listen, we're gonna get, okay, never mind. I was gonna say we're gonna get through this fight without losing a Holy Mantle, but I got too greedy. And I lost Holy Mantle. Happens to the best of us. But if we get through this whole phase without taking any proper damage, that would be awesome. I'd be into it. Give it a solid 8 out of 10. No 10 out of 10. That 10 out of 10 would be not losing Holy Mantle, but an 8 out of 10 for sure. This should be the last phase. And up we go, heading into the chest. Again, I'm still pretty convinced this is a 1 run. I think we got this. This is good. This is good. This is decent. It stops tier delay. What I should have done, and I'm an idiot for not doing so, is come back. I should have left, come back, turned them into pedestals. Maybe they counted as pedestals anyway? I feel like I fucked up a great Diplopia moment. But it's fine. I accept it. It is what it is. Alright, I gotta stop taking damage. I can't really do anything about that spacebar item. I was really hoping I'd be able to do something about it, but I can't. I gotta stop losing Holy Mantle so early. Moreover, let's just stop taking damage. We took too many hits in the last room. I'll take it. I'll Diplopia that. That's fine. That was... It's not the use of Diplopia I should have done. I definitely fucked that usage of Diplopia, but it's my first Isaac run after coming back from like a 5-day trip. Just fucking, like, give me a break, all right? Come on. Like, let me take a breather. I can't play perfect all the damn time. Hell, I can barely play perfect ever in general. I'm no Cobalt Streak. Okay, this is a shitty room made by shitty designers who hate their player base. But I think we all knew that already. Mega Fatty. Double pink Mega Fatty. unfortunate. But we gotta be careful. All right, well, we got rid of one at least. And I didn't lose any hearts. I just lost my Holy Mantle, which is fine. Can you get in there, flies? Like, that would be awesome. Well, more money, I guess. I was really hoping this was going to be the right way. It wasn't. Nope. Don't be dumb. Okay. Well, we got through it fine. Down here. There's our boss fight. You know what? I was bitching, and I'm wrong. Isaac, you're like, I can admit when I'm wrong. All right? Like, I was bitching that this was like, oh, what the fuck, man? Like, big rooms, dead ends. Like, which way am I supposed to go? But coming into this big room and immediately seeing that the boss fight is right there, man, I can't be mad. Like, that's ideal. Hello? Okay. So we're gonna take this. This is gonna be another win in the books in our rotation of playing the Isaac characters, which has been really fun for me. It's been a nice, refreshing kind of change of pace, as it were. And I appreciate that in Isaac. I love Eden streaking, or it's a bit of a fucking jump to call what I do Eden streaking. But I like playing as Eden a lot. I like his randomness and his flexibility in his runs. But, you know, it's good to give love to all the other characters in good time as well. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Like, the run's over. I'm just going to finish it off with the chariot card. There it is. Or not. We'll finish it off with a tear. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, come back next time. More Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. And consider dropping a like. Your support means the world to me. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.